Intuition at the base is truth. It's not about what's right, or it's not about where I find my keys, although that's all very entertaining. It's about truth. Hi, everyone. I am so excited to be here. And what an introduction. It's like, who are you talking about? So anyway, I'm really excited to be here. And the first thing I want to say is that your intuition is already working, because the impulse that motivated you to go out of your way for all the things you could be doing right now in one of the most beautiful places in the world that brought you here was an energy that is your intuition. So the very first thing I want you to do is I want you to remember when you decided to make that choice. And more importantly, rather than think about it, I want you to go to the place inside of you, the place in your body where you felt that impulse to move you. Because it moved you here and put you in this chair. Even those that we had to move out of the balcony. And I'll explain to you why we had to do that. So that's the first thing, because there's a Chinese saying, the way it begins is the way it ends. And what I want to begin with is, I do not want to give you any more information. I think we are information constipated, and I think it's in time that we take a break from that, okay? So what I want you to do instead is, let's first start with taking a breath, and again, go to that place in you that moved you to arrive here. Because that place is the most important place in your awareness right now. So take a breath with that. And then let out a sound like this. Blah. Okay. So we have a couple of hours to make a transformational shift. I am the messenger, but I'm going to teach you the way my teachers taught me. And my teacher said to me that I never can work harder for anything than you're willing to work. We'll meet you in the middle. Fair? Yeah. Okay, so I have a couple of things I want to say. The first is, we're here by what I call a divine appointment. Some point at some place in the evolution and the constellation of our souls, we all agreed that we would meet in this place, at this hour, in this year, today, for this reason. And no one is here by accident. Even the ones that got maneuvered here with all kinds of promises of please, please, please go with me. Even you agreed. So, with that said, here's something very important to know. A lot of you made a big effort to be here. Some of you might have rolled your eyes into the door. But here's the truth about energy. As a collective group of consciousness, we can only create a shift together based on the person holding back. So I want you to turn to the person next to you and tell them that better not be you. And then raise an eyebrow and say, I mean it. Okay, so, secondly, we are here to create and activate and get going and wake up a part of your consciousness that is greatly underutilized. And we're going to calm down a part of your consciousness that's greatly overutilized. So I have a few requirements for the next couple hours so we can be successful. The very first thing is no phones. Lock the doors, they're going to run away. So are we okay with that? And I'll tell you why. I have no problem with the phone, except it'll take you far away from where you need to be to have the experience that you went to all this trouble to experience. So We're going to put our phones away. And the way this place is so techie wired, everything that's going to happen is recorded anyways. You'll have an experience later if you want it. So, notice how you feel when I tell you to put your phones away. It's the same thing when I notice how you felt when I invited you to leave the balcony. Because that part of you is ruining your life. Just saying. That part of you. Just notice that part of you that would rather be somewhere else than here. So, let's take a breath. Rats. Phones away. Okay? So, now, check the person next to you to make sure they're not cheating. Say, where's your phone? I know you guys check each other. Okay? So, that's the first thing. And notice how you feel. And here's the second invitation. I'll call it an invitation. My teacher called it rules. But only rules because there's a certain way to activate that higher divine consciousness in you. And if you don't meet those requirements, you won't succeed. You'll just walk out of here with an entertaining afternoon of information that will slide off your brain like eggs on Teflon, and you'll go right back to where you were. So, second rule, no notes. Ah! Oh my God! No notes. And besides, let's be real, guys. You know you take those notes, and you take them, and you take them, and you never read them. You know, you read them for like a week, and then it's like, what the hell? No notes. So that's two things that are really going to help you be present. And notice how you feel. Notice if you have stink eye on me right now. No phones, no notes, I don't like you. Because that's the part of you that doesn't like me right now, is the part of you ruining your life. Just want you to know, I'm okay, I'm immune. I have what I call snake medicine. It means I've been bitten so many times, I'm immune. So stink eye away, it's no problem. Take a breath. Blah. Okay. Now, here's the last invitation. And this is the one that very few of us are ever really asked. But you are an exceptional group of people because you're making choices that really are already asking this of you. At least you're leaning into that. And it's a decision I had to make very early in life when I was introduced to some extraordinary teachers. And my first teaching, I became a student of master intuitive teachers when I was 12 years old. And I was told by my teacher, you have to give 100% and play full out. Anything less, you might as well give nothing. And it's not between you and me. It's between you and you. So my invitation and my question is, are you willing to play for a few hours with me, full out, and if you don't like it, at the end, we can pretend we never met. And we'll be good, okay? So are you willing to play full out? Oh man, we're in trouble. If that is full out, is that full out? See what I'm saying? You aren't used to it. Yeah, full out. Yeah, bro. It's not vibrationally even that didn't even get the rocket warmed up. So, take a breath. I'm going to warm you up a little bit to help you make this decision because this is not a lecture. This is a wild ride, okay? So the first thing I want you to do, just to warm up a little bit, is I want you to turn to the person next to you and share a breath. Now, someone's sharing a whole lot more than a breath right here. That's for the dance party, okay? So, no, just share a breath. Now, you want to know what I see up here? Here's what I see. Some are loomers. That one's super scary, okay? Some are drive-by. Not gonna work. Some of you are hyper-defendant. And the reason it's so uncomfortable is because what I am asking you to do is what is absolutely fundamental to being an intuitive, conscious person, and that is connect. Sharing a breath is super intimate, even more intimate than all the body engagement. So try to share. Now, here's how you share a breath, where you can really share a breath without the looming weirdness, because that does feel weird. I don't like it either. Just breathe in, smile. Just everybody looks like, oh my God, where's the door? She locked us in. Okay, so do this. Moi. 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 Okay. Okay, turn to the person next to you that you don't know now, because the sharing the breath, you turn to the person you do know. So turn to one you don't know and do the same. And don't freak them out with a looming body grab, okay? And it doesn't have to be an extended breath, because that is weird. Just a normal. Okay. Okay. And just pay attention. Okay, enough breath sharing. Now we've taken it to a whole new level. Just shh. And this is about just getting comfortable being here. Because we are anywhere but. So I'm just dialing you back in to being here, because intuition is really the art of listening. But it's not listening with your ears. It's listening with your whole body. So unless your spirit's in your body, you're not going to hear much but your own mental chatter. So, Okay, so now are you kind of interested in playing full out? It's better. Feel it is better, right? It's like a whole bunch of people showed up. But what is that 100%? You. But really, we can only go as far as the one holding back, so you get to tell everyone else, it better not be you. So, I'm not asking you to meet my expectation. I am asking you to put a pulse of awareness on the actual energy in this room, and does it feel 100%? No. And this is where I don't want you to rob yourselves. The base is truth. It's not about what's right, or it's not about where I find my keys, although that's all very entertaining. It's about truth. And we can feel it if we're present. But if we're taking notes, we're not feeling anything. If we're videotaping and recording and taking selfies, we're not even feeling our own phone. Okay, we need to be able to experience what I'm talking about in you, so you cannot trust me, trust your own vibes. So, take a breath. It's like, bummer, it's the last week of this and she's making me work. Okay. Should I give it a break and we sell for 80% and that's Mindvalley U? It's not between you and me. It's between you and you. So, one last. Just be curious. Aren't you even curious what 100% in you feels like? Because here's the deal. 98% isn't enough. 98% is going to make you a really smart know-it-all telling everybody how to run their lives while you secretly go home and are still very frustrated. You know how that goes. 98% is going to make you a really clever coach. And then you're going to be kind of annoyed because no matter how smart you sound to yourself, it really isn't transforming a whole lot in the lives of other people. Okay? I really had good teachers. They did not let me settle for 98%. So I want to tell you about my first lesson. I grew up let me give you a little background. It's like, who is this strange lady up here? Anyway, what did I sign up for? So I grew up in a family where six senses was the norm. I grew up in a family where it was very matriarchal. My mother was the one who set the pulse. She is from Bucharest. Actually, she's not. She's from Strani, which is this little town somewhere in Moldavia. When she was a child during the war, she was separated from her parents. She was 12. She ended up losing her family, being caught in many air raids in the war, lost her hearing, ended up in a work camp, and had nothing to go on. Everybody around her telling her, you're going to die, we're all going to die. And she said, there was a moment when I was on a train being sent to a camp where no one was paying attention, and I was standing on the train by myself, looking at everybody who had resigned themselves, and something in me said, jump. And she looked at what she had and looked out the train, and she said, you know what? I wanted to live life on my terms, even at 12, so I jumped. And I survived. She got very sick that winter, and she went deaf. So I grew up with a mom who was deaf. She met my father at 15 and got married and ended up in America. I was one of 7 and named after her. Because she was deaf, and it just occurred to me, she didn't have education in a traditional sense. She didn't have a lot of influences, and she was deaf. She said 3 things that really made my life marvelous. I didn't have to listen to nonsense. I didn't have to subscribe to nonsense. And I didn't have to give up the most important thing, because what told me to jump was called my spirit. And my spirit took care of me. So we were raised around that concept of no matter what you hear, no matter what you read, no matter what they say, the bottom line is this: always listen to your spirit and trust your vibes. But it's not an ear listening to hear. Her intuition, her spirit, what we all were raised with is my spirit, was the conscious energy and the internal compass that guided her. And she said didn't have words. But her heart was her ears. Because intuition is an act of listening energetically to vibration. And feeling if it rings true. And when we can develop and activate that compass to scan the energy, feel and experience it, and then sense if it rings true. Not right, because right, wrong are constructs of the mind, of the intellect, which is limited, of the most conscious organ in your body. If it rings true, every decision you make will honor, support, and completely amplify the goodness of your life. But how can you do that if you're not present? So, breathe. Blah. Okay, so my teachers taught me. From there, I met a teacher when I was 12, a master teacher. And I asked him if he would teach me. He was a friend of my mom's. He was a theosophist from England. He was very old. His name was Charlie. I wrote a lot of books about him. And he said, maybe I'll teach you. Are you ready? That's the first question he asked me. Are you ready? And I said, of course I'm ready. I'm 12. I'm ready. And he said, okay, well, I'll have you come every Friday at 7 o'clock, and we will work for 3 hours. Great. So I went a couple times, showed up at 7. I learned to meditate. I learned about energy. I learned to read and scan and work with vibes. And this was way back in the day where we were still in the closet. One day I showed up, a little, maybe 7:05, probably not even that, and I rang the bell. And I waited, and Charlie didn't answer the door. I thought, he's old. He must be, maybe he's deaf. Bang on that bell, waited for a few more minutes, he didn't answer. It's like, maybe Charlie's senile. He forgot, and I was so indignant. He forgot. I waited a little longer, and I thought, okay, he'll show up. And then I rang the bell again. He didn't answer. I thought, oh my God, Charlie's dead. I knocked on the door and pounded, nothing. Never answered the door. So all week long I called, didn't answer. I don't know what to do, so it's Friday again. What do I do? So I showed up again, a few minutes before 7, right on time at 7. I rang the bell, and he answered the door. I was like, Charlie, you're not dead. He goes, of course I'm not dead. I was like, where were you? I was here. Why didn't you answer the door? Did you forget about it? I know you're old. And he said, I didn't forget about it. We had an agreement. You're supposed to be here at 7. You weren't here. I don't need to have you be here. You need to be here. I left. He said, I actually decided I'd give you a chance. But if you're going to show up, show up. Don't half show up, because if you half show up, you might as well not show up at all. And that was a life-changing lesson for me. He said, it's vibration. It's not about power. It's not about ego. It's about vibration. If you want to be able to tune in accurately and receive guidance, information, downloads, creativity, connection with divine subtle realms of real genius of the universe, and you're going to kind of stroll in? No. That is not respecting anything about the exact nature and laws of the universe. So, show up. And don't fake yourself out. So that was the teacher I had. He was a brilliant teacher, and that's the way I teach. So I'm not for everybody. That's why I say I'm used to a lot of stink eye. It's okay. I've been called a weirdo forever. One person called me whipped cream and lollipops. I'm okay with that. Show up. And it's not between you and I ever. That's the first lesson of today. It's between you and you. Take a breath. Bah! Ha 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 ha. Okay. So are you curious of what 100% feels like? Close. Better. Okay. So we are here to open a channel in you in the next little while that is going to be so opened and so strong, you won't lose it. It's your compass. It's your lifeline. Think about when it actually worked for you. I have been teaching for a long time. Way longer than you think I'm old. That's another thing. It's kind of makes you timeless. And here's the thing. I have never met anybody who has not had at least one experience of that divine self that just informed you in ways that you in no way can rationalize. I have never met anyone who has not had an experience where your spirit moved you. And that's what intuition at its highest level is really about. Not rolling around in your brain and kumbaya-ing and namasteing people to death. It actually shuts you up. It's just so refreshing. It is. It bypasses everything and moves you into place, right time, in a way that is so beyond what you could ever figure out. And we've all had those moments. It might have moved you out of harm's way. It might have moved you into the person you ended up marrying. It might have moved you to take a creative risk. It might have moved you to grow a garden. But it moved you. Something bigger than your ego moved you. Take a breath. It's like the big conspiracy. Because we're all having this experience and no one's talking about it. Nobody. And when we do kind of talk about it, it's like, oh, a really kind of weird thing happened. And oh my God, this is so strange. And I can't explain it. So number one, you can't explain it. Let that be okay. Let that be okay. In fact, say I can't explain it. And part B, I don't need to. Now that's liberation. I don't need to explain it. It just works for me. I don't know how it works. Yeah, I'm a weirdo. I'm good with that. So we're going to shift the rules so you don't fit in. Because when you fit in, what happens is you go back to your left brain. And it's like an AM radio. And that left brain, a lot of talking, a lot of conversation, but it's limited. And the one thing that I observe, and I really want you to check in with yourself because I watch, that when you get really stuck in that left brain, watch the phone, take the notes, you start acting like an AM radio, which is a limited bandwidth. And it doesn't connect. You isolate. So take a breath. So then you start jogging the fence. So you start going both ways. You know, there's actually 2 species on the planet right now. There are 5 sensories and 6 sensories. And 5 sensories and 6 sensories are not at all the same species of human. So the 5 sensory, I'm going to show you because there's some tells. You can tell like this. 5 sensory has some tells. The first thing is your whole identity is caught up in your ego. I am that. I am my ego. I am my experiences. I am my outfit. I am my education. I am my family lineage. I am my wound. Whatever it is, when you are in the ego, the basic function of the ego is to protect you. So here's how it works. It's me against you, and you scare me. And up goes the field. And you keep people around. Just here. So they're bumping up against you like bump cars in an arcade. You know, in that little game, bumping up, but not connecting. So here are the tells. The first tell of a 5 sensory is there's no light in your eyes. Look at each other real fast. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so that's the first. The second is you have a tight jaw. That's a second because you're cutting yourself off, so you're like this. The third is you have a really tight butt. Always. And your answer when people say, how are you, is fine. Always. Now, 6 sensories, the question is, how are we different? Where do you threaten me? What do I have to protect? That's the conversation that is dominating your entire experience. But 6 sensories, we're in another world. First of all, we know we are spirit. And when we're spirit, we also know, not think, feel. We feel that we're a spirit, but we also recognize, so are you. Our spirit's connecting. So our whole paradigm shifts. It's not me against you. The new paradigm is, hey, it's me and you. And the questions change. It's not, how are we different? The new question is, oh my God, how are we alike? And then as a better question comes in, why are we together? And then the best question comes in, what are we going to create? So the whole body changes. The first thing, light is in your eyes. The second thing, there's always a little smile on your face. Always. And the third, you have that because the Spirit moves you. You can't be moved with tight butt. At best, you watch the bus go by. Rats. Wait, I need a selfie. So you have to get, you have to get in your body. It is the Spirit in your body. Do you know why dancing is the thing that works? Because it is the only time. Now, I'm not talking about the white man at a wedding kind of thing, you know? This. That's fake dancing. I'm talking about that surrender, because dancing is the only experience where your spirit takes over. It really does. It starts talking and speaking. And that's why you're dancing like this. You got lockdown, tight butt. It makes you a drag. It sucks the spirit out of everyone around you. That's why they dance away. So take a breath. It's real. It is. That is the Spirit in you clapping. That is the Spirit in you clapping. It is. Feel your vibe from when you walked in here. We're changing the channel. Yeah, out of the closet. Move around a little bit. Okay, so here's what I propose. I have developed a list, just a whole series of super fast, quick tools that'll pull your spirit out of the closet, put it right back in your body, and get you out of your own way. But as you can see, it involves full out. That's why we don't dance like this. I'm doing it, shaking, rattling, and rolling. It's like, no, you're not. What's this? Not working, not real. And it's like, you know, this is so true. There are two fairy tales about the Spirit, about being a 6. And by the way, 6s are not one better than 5s. We are exponentially having more fun, okay? It's like a whole thing. It's not just one thing. We are satellite. We're not AM radios. We're not even internet. We're satellite. We are beaming from all directions. And the best part is you don't have to think. You just receive. And you'll get a whole lot better ideas than what you think you'll get. Take a breath. So I have some tools. They're going to involve sweating. They're going to make you a little sweaty. Is that okay? Okay. So it might be a little stinky. It's okay. Up close and personal. They're going to involve you doing some things that are weird, and your intellect's going, oh, how stupid. What is this? And that's because your ego likes to fake out and be fake spiritual. You know the fake spiritual? Don't you hate that? Love and light. Love and light. It's like, oh, shut up with your love and light. You know, we feel it. It's like being a sixth senser is being real and being honest and being fully engaged. So we're going to have some tools, and they're all really fun, and that's why I need you to play full out. Because if you don't, you're a drag, and you're the problem, and you have tight butt, and we all know it. And in this room, we are giving everybody permission to go, mm-hmm. Just saying. Okay? So the first tool I developed is a tool that is genius, but most of you will never do beyond this room. However, even if you do it with me, for now, what you will have is a fundamental shift in your energy, so at least you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll experience it, because there is no way your intellect can even grasp it. The AM radio cannot tune into the satellite. So I don't want you to walk out of here knowing about anything. I want you to be in your flow and dance. So I need some visual aids. I need three tight butts who are ready to give up and come out of the closet, okay? 3, 4 tight butts. Who wants to come up? Out yourselves. Liberate yourselves. Come. You'll have fun. You'll enjoy this. Okay, tight butt number 1. Nice to meet you. What is your name?
My name is Andis.
Look, Andis, universe. Universe, say hello. Okay, and what is your name?
We are huggers here. Hi, I'm Björn.
We are good huggers. We will hug. See, now that is the hug version of the Loomer breath, okay? So, what is your name?
Hi, I'm Luke.
Oh my God.
No, I'm number 4. But
Number 4, we have Luke. We're going to have a group hug afterwards. It'll be the best hug of your life, I promise. So no upfront hug, no, because I want you to experience your own energy. What's your name?
Crispy.
Say hello to the universe. Spread out. Spread out, visual aids. You are my co-teachers right now, okay? Happy? Sure. Please. 3 more, of course. Okay. Everybody, this is the universe, okay? So notice, this, 3 more. Yay. Come, don't hide. Come. What's your name?
Inga.
Inga.
Valeska.
Valeska.
Deirdre.
Deirdre. Love it. Universe, welcome the visual aids. Okay. Now, my visual aids are going to teach you a tool that if you try every day for 40 days, that's 3 minutes and 40 seconds long, okay? Every day, you will completely open up and activate the channel in you that puts you right where you need to be, right in your heart. Where'd you come from?
Hello, my name is Marina.
Marina, this has to go. Okay. You don't need it. She doesn't need it. Energy, my mother was deaf. You don't need it. Okay? Perfect. So, here's the tool. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. The first thing I want you to do when you wake up in the morning is I want you to raise your hands above your head like this. And then I want you to open your throat and this jaw like a baby bird getting a worm in the morning. Got it? And then, ha! Okay, got it, right? So that's your basic tool. Now here's where it gets interesting. You watch. Every 3-4 seconds, you have to do the ha, but use a move you've never used before. So, ha, 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 ha. Got it? She will show you. Okay, you show them. Got it. Okay. Got it. Okay. Now, here's what happens. The first minute, Your brain is like, all right, interesting. First minute. The second minute is boring. I hate this. Let's get over it. So then you start going like this. So you have to keep doing it. You can't start this for 30 seconds and then because you're going back to the old energy. Got it? So you keep 3 minutes. Every few seconds, you must do a move you've never done before because what happens is we live in the left brain. It's like parked. After the first minute, it starts to talk to the right brain. Like, hey, who are you? So the right brain is like, you think, finally, and then they fight. Left brain, right brain, left brain, right brain, okay? Then they decide it's more fun to dance together. So, second minute, the fight ends, and their brain starts looking around, goes, heart, and they start fighting, okay? So they fight, head, heart, head, heart, head, heart. And finally, the brain gets tired. The intellect gets bored. And so it says, fine. And then the heart explodes. And then the dance comes back. You have flipped your central place of consciousness from here to here where you live. And you have just rewired your whole chemistry. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Are you ready? Okay, so I wrote a song to be a little motivator for you, okay? And you can all go to my website and download it for free. So I'm going to play the song because that is the song that is going to go 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Everybody needs a partner. And when I say change your movement and change your partner. You're going to do the same thing. Now, you don't have to be over the top. You can just go like this. You can just, because it's about when you move the body in new ways, you bring your spirit home. You can't do it unless you're in your body. So, enough talking. Want to try it? Everybody up? Ready, guys? I need volume on this. I have the song. Hold on. Woo. Nope, not that song. Here's the song. As loud as you can. Ha! 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 Move! New move! New move! Ha! 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 New move! Ha! 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 A move you've never done before. Ha! 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 New move! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Oh! Ha! 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 Keep going! New move! Ha! 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 Woo! Ha! Keep going! Stay with me! Ha! 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 Keep going! New move! Ha! 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 A move you've never done before! Ha! 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 New move! Ha! 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 Keep going! Ha! 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 Keep! Ha! 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 Keep going! Ha! 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 New move! Ha! 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 Woo! That is 100%. 100%. Visual aids. Breathe. That is the most attractive energy in the world. Breathe. Visual aids. Breathe. Okay. Shh. 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 Breathe. Feel. These are the perfect conditions to create. Nothing is in the way. Breathe. Listen. It's quiet. What do you want to create now? And don't be surprised if you don't know. Because you are in the unified field. See, God's calling to say, good job. Feel this. Don't race to your head. Don't think. Feel. This is your new normal. That was 3 minutes, 40 seconds. I know it felt like an eternity. Look at each other. You have light in your eyes. Smile. Your spirits are home. Your spirits are home. You cannot be 100% if your spirit is not home. It can't happen. Visual aids. Thank you, teachers. Thank you, teachers. Breathe. You just changed the channel. This is the moment. This is the vibe that can become your new normal. Listen. Other than your pounding heart, It's quiet. But notice one thing else. You're now able to listen in a different way. You're not talking. And you experienced 100%. What we did is when you move the body and the breath, the first thing you do is you're going to open up the throat chakra. We become 5 sensory prisoners when the throat chakra shuts down because it clamps off the heart frequency. So we live like talking heads, and they go round and around and around. And it's sort of like being a bunch of lamb chops, just sheep, following the dominant blah, blah. And when you do this, you're not looking here. You're here. You're present. You're home. So I know from experience that you won't do that. But if you do some form of that, and the key is this, you have to say the ha, because it frees the throat chakra. It frees this. This is where we lose our power. Okay? So here's another fun tool. This is really fun. And anyone who has kids will look at your kids and they know this tool. This is what you do. You go, ah. And then, ha! Breathe. You're freeing the energy. We have to take our voice back, our spirit voice. Smile. That pulls the curtains of the heart back. So, tool number 1, breathe. And not loomer weird breath that you forget the minute you leave the workshop. Breathe. And here's a good breath. Breathe and listen. It brings you home. What the exercise has done is it shifts your point. It's like you're not living at home. The first organ of our body to develop is the heart. That's our home. And when we live up here, we are not home. That's why we're always looking and scared, because we're not home. But when we come home, we have power. We're quiet. We're grounded. And it's not a thinking thing. You have instant meditation. It's quiet in there. So, second tool, 3 minutes, 40 seconds. You have to move because the new movements change the brain patterns. Our habitual brain patterns are really obnoxious. But if you change with the breath, the brain patterns get confused. That's why you fight in the middle and get bored. So a lot of people will just keep moving but not doing the You have to do all 3. The movement, and the change. It's sort of like patting your head and rubbing your stomach at the same time. But it's a great way to start your day. And then it puts you in the perfect conditions to create, because you are available to be guided. Now, the third tool I want to go into is if the biggest obstacle to our intuition is so minor, but it has such major repercussions, it's almost ridiculous. And that is that our culture has collectively decided it doesn't exist. So we don't talk about it. And we don't have a comfortable language. And if you don't name it, you won't claim it. How many of you have had an intuitive hit, a hunch, an aha, a vibe, a feeling, and you didn't know how to explain it? Yeah. So you kind of test the water. I feel funny. So, you're fine. Okay. Oh, I have a bad vibe. Oh, get over it. What's wrong with you? What? What's the problem? So we shrink down. So we have red light intuition, green light intuition, and white light intuition. And the first intuition is red light. It's like, that's good for me. That's not good for me. So unless you have a language for that you're comfortable with, and never, get this message, need someone else to agree. Never. Do not give that power away. You're picking up the energy in the field. You're picking up what's out of resonance and what isn't safe for you. You're not going to turn to someone else's self and say, is that okay? Because they're probably so shut down, they're not picking up anything. They'll lead you right into traffic. So first, we need to come up with language that we're super comfortable with. So let's all start by saying, my psychic skills tell me. Now, you know you'll never use that, okay? That will never, ever be comfortable. The whole world doesn't even like that word. Do you know why? Do you ever wonder, why is psychic such a provocative, annoying, scary word? Because it is. You say psychic and everyone goes, she said it. I thought we were talking about intuition. She said psychic. Whoa, where's the door? It's because the word is like a knife, and it cuts right through everything. Psychic. And what it means, what it implies, is I see you. What? And it frightens people. They don't like that. It's like, no, I don't want you to see me, so I'm like you. And so that's bad. But really, it just means I see you. And what you don't realize is you're beautiful. You are beautiful. Breathe. So that's why I like the word. But it isn't popular. So let's come up with, in groups of 2 or 3, the words you're going to use that you can say to anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you're not going to back down. Because if you don't have a language, you are telling yourself this doesn't exist. If you can't name it, you're not validating it. And that is between you and you. Could be vibes, my gut. I have a feeling, my inner sense, my inner voice, whatever. Charlie, whatever. But if you don't have a word or a couple of words, you will not engage and follow your guidance comfortably in the moment. It won't happen. So simple. So, do you have a language? Do you have words? What do you call it? People like, nothing. I don't want to call it anything because people will think I'm weird. But you know what I love? Do you know what the word weird means? No, it means out of this world. Out of the literal physical world is the meaning of the word weird. So let's be weirdos and start with that. This is weird, but I have a vibe. We'll get you a green light. It'll get you an open door every time. Yeah, I know I'm weird, but I have a vibe. And I go for that. I trust that. So I want you to sit with your friends for just a moment and come up with and try some words. Can I use this one? Does that work for me? It's very unique to each of us. But it's your permission. It's your permission to listen to your own inner guidance system. You are the one that gives yourself permission. And it's with your language. So let's take a few minutes, and you are a creative group of people. Let's come up with some really good words that you will use without any apology anywhere. Okay? I'll give you 3 minutes. Okay. This is not complicated. Shh. I'm going to stop you because your brain's going, oh, good, I get to be back in control. So we have to stop it right here. You just need a moment. What are you going to call it? What are you going to call it? So I need a visual aid. Someone come up. Don't all rush. One is good, one is great. Yay. And I need, what's your name?
Sunny.
Sunny, perfect. Sunny, say hi to the universe.
Hi, universe.
Universe. Okay, I need a microphone. That is so weird. Talk to the box. That is hilarious. You guys have too much time on your hands to create this. Okay, Sunny. So what do you say if you feel in your gut, you feel in your body, I'm going to just give you an example. You're with a bunch of friends. You're in town and you're having a good time. You've been partying, you're laughing, you're having fun, and someone says, hey, let's go to the beach. And everybody's like, yeah, let's go to the beach. But your spirit says, I don't want to go to the beach. Okay, so what are you going to say?
I don't feel like it.
Okay, good. And what if your friends say, what are you talking about? It's fun. Come on, knock it off. Join us. Let's go.
I don't know. I usually say like...
Just play act with me.
Okay. So.
Come on, stop thinking. Let's go.
No, I have... there's something I need to do at home.
That's a lie. You're lying. Come on, you're dragged. Let's go.
I don't feel good about it. I don't know.
Come on.
My spirit guides are telling me I shouldn't go.
Okay, now you got it mostly right.
Okay.
You're mostly doing good, except what part isn't working?
The body language.
Yeah, it's like, sorry guys, I'm so gotta go. Diarrhea. That is a good one, by the way. Thank you, guys. That is a good one. When you're having a bad vibe and don't want to go, just say diarrhea. Thank you. Everybody runs away from that. Okay, but it's the body language. Your spirit is saying that is a bad idea. You're not safe. You're going to let these people take over and make you abandon yourself for the moment of being popular? Diarrhea. That is your safe word, by the way. Okay? We got that. So, come on, let's go.
I don't feel like it.
Do you believe him? Yeah, do you believe you? How does that feel? What's really...
Empowering.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what if they say you're a drag?
Well, that's their perception.
Okay. That's your thought. How do you feel? You're a drag. You're not joining us in the party. So what do you say? Right. Diarrhea. Come on. Because this is this. Energy in life is like this. That's how it is. And unless you're in your body and you're clear, life will keep doing this. It will. And it'll exhaust you. So you'll abandon yourself for the moment. And then you go, why did I do that? Yeah. So this is a practice. You're a drag.
No, I'm not.
Yay! Yeah. See, look. Eyes, smile, wiggle. It happened before your eyes. Did you feel it?
Yeah.
Did you see it? His spirit dropped in and was like, no, I'm not. How do you feel?
Really good.
How does he feel? Yes. It's a different vibe, isn't it?
Yeah.
It feels different. Tell me how it feels.
It reminds me of when I was a child. Yes. When I didn't feel it was wrong to disagree.
Yes. Breathe. You are a good teacher. Yeah, but look, here's the tells. Here, always. And the safe word is?
The safe word? Diarrhea.
Yeah. I love you. I love you. Don't you love him, universe? Okay, now, this is how it really works. Because when you say, no, I'm going with my truth, the universe applauds just like you do. The whole universe goes, yes. And the gates open, and real possibility comes in. You have more energy. And you just need this box. No. Okay, victory dance.
Victory dance.
Yeah, victory dance. Wait, I have music. Wait. I have music. I have music. Not that. That is not my music. I have better music. Hold on. It's the best music. Don't you feel me now? Okay, hold on. Because you're going to love this. It's going to be an anchor in your mind to remember. Here we You own it. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Woo! That's the universe. Woo! Everybody. Woo! Spirit. That's a leader! Woo! I love you! Wow thing. Okay. Don't you love this man? Isn't everything about him 100% true? Isn't he like the most handsome man in the universe? The most creative? The most powerful? Yes! You did it. You made the choice. It's a choice. I love you. I love you. And you will never go back. That's the best part. Thank you for being, wasn't he the best teacher ever? Thank you. I love you. See, you can see it. You don't have to believe me. You can experience it. And the universe does the same thing you do. Yes. But it takes, you have to go through the eye of the needle. You have to say your truth without being afraid. Be willing to be unpopular. Be willing to be laughed at. You'll be pushed. You will be pushed. So you have to be prepared. So let's just practice one-on-one, pick a partner, and each of us take a little moment to practice. Come on, let's go party. No, I don't want to. Come on, invest in my great business. You got the money. I don't want to. Come on, marry me. I'm your soulmate. No, I don't want to. Be creative with the invitation and stand. I want you to experience. and voice your vibe without apology. If you do it once, you'll never not do it again without knowing you're not doing it. So let's go across the bridge. Let's practice. So each of you pick a partner and give them a chance to experience their own voice. Pause. Just a pause. Shh. Pay attention. Is your spirit in your body? Shh. Is your spirit in your body? Here's how you can tell if your spirit is talking versus your barking brain, okay? Spirit is a communicator of few words. It's just, no. Don't feel like it. Stop. Sorry. Where the brain will explain and try to get you on board and then struggle. And because you're not practiced, throw in the towel and regret it. So this is a game changer for you. When you can, now here's the key, unapologetically say, you know, the only thing informing me are my vibes, but that's all I need. People say, how do you know? I don't know. Don't ever need to know. We can never fully know. We are too mysterious. We are too mysterious to say it's a mystery. It is a mystery. But here's the thing. I don't need to know. Now, that's your freedom. I don't need to know. It's the need to have yourself explain to others that you immediately dial back down to the AM radio and you start resonating with their limited consciousness. And you give up your power, you abandon yourself, and then you really do feel like having diarrhea. It all connects, you know? So breathe. So, what do you call your vibes, negative vibes? What do you call it? You say my vibes, my gut, your intuition. Use that, my intuition. What do you use? When you're explaining that you're getting a direct hit from your own inner guidance system, we need simple words to connect and communicate that. What's your word? I feel it. Perfect. What's your word? My nose tells me. What's yours? My body. What's yours? My gut. What's yours? My feeling. And can you say that without my feeling? You know, my gut. We have to say my gut, my feeling. It's a vibe. I don't know. I'm one of those weirdos. I just get it. Works for me. Works for me. And can you see, you will be challenged. You will be. Plan on it. And don't be upset. Just be okay. So here's there's two fairy tales for the sixth sensory. The first is the princess and the pea. Okay, now the prince needed a bride. And the bride had to prove herself to be a true princess. She had to pass a test. And the test was that she had to sleep on 100 mattresses. And under the bottom was a little tiny pea. Now, the test wasn't, do you feel it? The test was, will you say it? So all the princesses came, and they slept, and it was so great, and I had a great night, and I love you, and I love the prince, and the queen showed him to the door. But it was the one who said, you know, it's really an impressive bed, and whoa, what bedding? But, oh my God, what was under that mattress? I couldn't sleep all night. That was the princess who proved to herself to be, and the word is true. Now, the prince is your intellect. It needs its bride. The bride is your intuition. And it's not that you feel it, it's that you say so that empowers you. And the kingdom is your empowered life. So that's the first thing we need to take back is our language. Intuitive people who truly live comfortably in a sixth sensory paradigm, we have no lack of words to explain what we feel and no lack of conviction. None. None. So let me share a story with you just to demonstrate this. I was with my family. There were 6 of us traveling from Chicago to Paris in July a few years ago. The plane we were to board was coming from Los Angeles to Chicago, empty the plane, put the new people on, go to Paris. We have our boarding cards, and we're standing in line waiting to board. They're getting off. And for reasons I cannot explain, my body walked over to the agent. And I said, hi, can you find us another flight? And she looked at me, she goes, well, I just gave you your boarding card. It's like, I know, but can we just take another flight? Now, my family, who knows me, is like, and my body is not moving. And she said, no, you can't. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll pray and you look. And then she thinks, weirdo, weirdo. And she looks at her boarding partner. He comes and goes, what seems to be the trouble? And I said, there's no trouble. I just want a new flight. But I said, there's 6 of us. And he said, you're not getting on a new flight. And I said, I am. I know there's one. I'll pray, you look. Totally pissed off at me, right? My family's kind of used to it. They're just doing this. And I said, so I just know. So finally I said, look, I travel over 100,000 miles a year. I'm one of your top customers. Will you just indulge me? So she's now furious with me. My family's like, okay, Mom, I hope this works out for you, which was fine. She starts slamming on the computer. Montreal, you can't go through Montreal. New York already left. You can't go through Frankfurt. No, no, no. And so she's typing away, and the captain walks up to her. And he whispers in her ear, and I'm standing right there, and he says, I'm sorry to tell you this, but there's a mechanical on this plane right now, and we're not going anywhere. She looked at me and she said, how did you know? And I said, I'm a weirdo, I don't know. She starts typing, she prints out 6 tickets and says, run. There's a flight at 9 o'clock, get out of here. We're running, woo-hoo! I dole out the tickets, and one of them was first class. Woo! Now that, how did I know? My intellect could not possibly know, but my body picked up on that conversation. I'm in the field, my body's scanning, scanning, scanning. I'm so used to it that it literally just moved me. The minute the mechanical was discovered and the guy said, we're not going, was the moment my body moved me. I didn't know I was moved. I had no idea why I was doing. I had no idea. But I don't need to know. Now that's a different way to live. But I can tell you, it's super fun. So you gotta practice. You know, it's like ninja energy. It is. But it opens up everything. 300 people got left on their vacation, and we were on the flight 2 hours and 3 hours later. So that takes conviction. So conviction comes about with practice. You gotta practice. You can't think your way or rationalize your way into this kind of confidence. You gotta practice. So we'll do one more quick practice. Turn to the person next to you and ask him to do the most stupid, idiotic, self-betraying thing you can ask him to do. And you practice saying, no, not gonna do it. My vibes say no. Just to have the practice, okay? Because we need the practice. You're not gonna be master psychic ninjas without practice, so let's try one more practice. Now I can tell I'm losing you because there's too much talking. Okay? You got to be definitive. Nope. Diarrhea. Bad vibes. My vibes say no. Be okay with being unpopular. Be okay with that. That's power. And secondly, and this is a big one, I had no evidence that there would be any reason whatsoever that I should be doing this. I actually got a gift that I witnessed the captain saying the flight wasn't going, but I didn't need it. And that's the other thing. The logic brain always says, how can you be sure? How does that work? How do I know? You don't. You can't. You feel it. It is not a thinking thing. Breathe. Move around a little bit. Turn to the person next to you and give them a nice smile. Okay, so, all right, what have you learned so far? No, what have you learned so far? Diarrhea, excellent. What have you learned so far? It's about feeling. What else? What have you learned so far? Not only what do you remember so far, that is not the question. What have you learned that you're actually going to use? Got the power. Dance to it. Yes, unapologetic. Be unpopular. Name it. Be a weirdo. Trust your vibes. Don't worry about why. Can you see how these are all game changers? We six sensories live in a different world with a different set of rules. And the rules that we are giving you are your liberation rules. We don't want to be a bunch of namaste, kumbaya, talking heads, love and light people. That is so annoying. It's fake, fake, fake. And we can feel it. What we want is no words. I don't have to say anything. I just hear. Here it is. Here it is, the energy.